right, everybody. I've got some tutorial on how to do a Quizzler. And the question is, can you match up the children with their pets and the names of their pets? Here's the scenario. On Grove Avenue, there's a house with four young people, Sam, Molly, Betsy, and Caroline, who each have their own pet. The children named each of their pets in no particular order: Natasha, Blue, Chubby, and Kling. Each pet is of a different species. There's a dog, a cat, a gecko, and a hamster. Can you deduce from the clues provided which person has which pet and what they name them? So these are the clues, right? And there's 6 clues, and the 6 clues are that Sam's pet is not the dog. So you know that he might have one of the other pets, but he doesn't have a dog. Natasha does not get along with the dog or the hamster, so we know that Natasha is not the dog or the hamster. We know that Molly's hamster is not Blue. And one afternoon, Kling, who is not hairy, rode on the back of Molly's furry pet. Caroline named her pet after a Russian princess, and Betsy's pet has a colorful name. So, in order to make it easier to keep track of all these clues and figure out what animal cannot be named what and who is not the owner, we've put together a little grid like this. And so with the first clue, we say it says Sam's pet is not the dog. So we find Sam, and we know that Sam, Molly, Betsy, and Caroline have either a dog, cat, gecko, or hamster. And one thing we know from the first clue is that Sam does not have a dog. So we can put an X in there that means there's no match. When we find a match, we're going to put in a smiley face in that window. So for instance, if we find that Sam has a cat, we'll put a smiley face in there. But we can't get ahead of ourselves. All we know for sure so far is that Sam does not have a dog. Now down in this part of it, we're going to find out what the animals' names are, and over here what the children named their pets. And so by doing this, we're going to be able to figure out and match up each person with their pet and the name that they gave them. So let's try the next one. Natasha does not get along with the dog or the hamster. So that means we're going to find some no matches here, and we're going to say that Natasha does not get along with the dog, all right, or the hamster. Does that make sense? That's why Natasha does not get along with the dog or the hamster. So we know Natasha is neither of those two animals. I'm going to just make that a little smaller so we can kind of keep track of all this at the same time. I'll make it a little easier. Okay, now Molly's hamster is not Blue. So here's our first matchup for sure. We're going to take this, copy it, and Molly's hamster is a match. But because Molly has a hamster and there's only one hamster, then that means that Sam does not have a hamster, and that Betsy does not have a hamster, and Caroline does not have a hamster. And it also means that Molly does not have a dog, cat, or gecko. So we can eliminate those as possibilities. So right off the bat, that's very helpful. Molly's hamster is not Blue. So we know that the hamster is not Blue. And we also know that Molly does not have a pet named Blue. So that's how we work out all of those things. Now, the next clue. One afternoon, Kling, who is not hairy, rode on the back of Molly's furry pet. Okay, so that's a lot. That's a very complicated clue. But what we got here is that we know that Kling belongs to Molly. Since Kling is a pet who rode on Molly's furry pet, we know that Molly does not own Kling. We further know that Kling over here is not furry. Well, dogs are furry, and cats are hairy, and that hamsters are also hairy. So the only thing that's not hairy is the gecko. So it must be that Kling is a gecko. So we're going to copy this and paste that in there. And now we know that Kling is a gecko, which means that the gecko is not Natasha, Blue, or Chubby. And so we're going to eliminate those as possibilities over there. Because when we find a happy match, then it also eliminates a whole bunch of other ones. Now there's maybe more to this clue. One afternoon, Kling, who's not Harry, wrote on the back of Molly's furry pet. So we know now that Molly does not own the gecko. We know that. And that Molly has a furry pet, so Natasha or Chubby both have to be furry. So we know that Molly's hamster is Chubby because it's the only one left, right? We already figured out that the hamster is not Kling, Natasha, Blue, or Chubby, and that Molly has a hamster, and so we can fill that in. You see how this is? By eliminating all of the names here, Kling, Natasha, and Blue, we end up with the hamster's only possible name is Chubby. And that also means that Molly's pet hamster is named Chubby. That is great news. So we really are making good progress here, and that means we can eliminate the other things. We know that Chubby belongs to Sam because Molly owns Chubby. Also, Betsy and Caroline don't own Chubby. It also means that since the hamster is named Chubby, that Chubby cannot be a dog and cannot be a cat. So we can fill that in like that. Okay, so we're doing great. Now look at, already we see a situation here that Natasha, because Natasha's not a dog, a gecko, or a hamster, we know that Natasha must be a cat. And that is useful knowledge. So we put that in there, and that means that since Natasha is a cat, the cat cannot be named Blue. So then we eliminate that. Since Blue is the only one left, Blue must be the dog. True fact. Okay, now we've got it figured out. So now we have that the hamster is named Chubby, and gecko is named Kling, and the cat is named Natasha, and the dog is named Blue. Let's see if we can make some other advances here. Caroline named her pet after a Russian princess. Okay, so Caroline might own the dog, cat, or gecko, but we got to figure out whether Caroline named her pet Blue, Natasha, or Kling. And since Natasha is the Russian princess, then we know that Natasha is the answer for that one. That furthermore means that since Natasha is owned by Caroline and Natasha is the cat, that Caroline owns the cat. And that means that we can go ahead and now eliminate all of these possibilities. That Natasha, since she's owned by Caroline, is not owned by any of her brothers or sisters, and that Caroline, because she owns a cat, does not own the dog and does not have the gecko as a pet either. Okay, so we've narrowed it down here so far, and we have one more clue to go. Betsy's pet has a colorful name. So we see Betsy, and we see that she could either have a pet named Blue or a pet named Kling. And which one of those is a colorful name? Blue is a colorful name. So we'll take this and we'll copy it and we'll paste that in there, and that matches up that Betsy has Blue. It also means that that we can eliminate Blue from being any of the other children, and it also means that because Betsy owns Blue, that she doesn't own Kling, and that because Caroline owns Natasha, she doesn't own Kling either, which means that Kling must be owned by Sam, and that is correct. So then when we paste that in there, we see that Kling is now, Sam owns Kling, and Kling is a gecko. Because Kling is a gecko and Sam owns Kling, then Sam must own the gecko. It furthermore means that because, this is what we're wondering, is Betsy's pet Blue a dog, cat, or gecko. We know that the dog is named Blue, so Betsy, since she owns Blue, must own a dog. There we go. That we don't have to fill these parts in because we've already done it, but it's nice to have a nice complete chart. And now we have all of the answers. We have that Sam has a gecko named Kling, Molly has a hamster named Chubby, Betsy has a dog named Blue, and Caroline has a cat named Natasha. Hope you enjoyed that, and there's plenty more where this came from. I've got tons of them. If you want more, just let me know.